Hi everybody, it's Daphne and you're very welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me today. Barefaced, because I'm going to do a get ready with me, and one of you lovely ladies had requested a get ready with me doing my skincare and a light summer makeup. So I thought I would do that today because that's exactly what I've been doing, a light summer makeup. I've been trying some different combinations of things that I have. You know, I like to shop my stash and kind of use things up before I venture out and buy something brand new, even though the temptation is there all the time because I would love to have all of the makeup all of the time, but you know, can't use all of the makeup all of the time. So all I have done so far is I have just washed my face with, I don't have it here with me, but just a light cleanser, and I rinsed that off and I haven't put anything else on. So I'm going to show you from start to finish. In the morning times, once I've washed my face, I will put on my Mad Hippie Vitamin C Serum, which I absolutely love. And this is made in such a way that it has ferulic acid and hyaluronic acid and konjac root, so it stabilizes the vitamin C, and it looks kind of cloudy. I try to keep the bottle closed. You know, I close it very, very quickly. I just put a drop on my hand like that, and it's running between my fingers, and then just pat it in all over my neck, down as far as I can. Can't go too far down with this because I don't want to stain it. Still some on my fingers, and you can feel it starts to get kind of tacky very quickly, so I'm just kind of pressing it in, and that's my Mad Hippie Vitamin C Serum. Now I haven't tried any other vitamin C serums, but this one I really like, and you can see I have redness in my cheeks. I struggle with the darkness under my eyes, and I have lots and lots of little lines and wrinkles and so on. But Mad Hippie, the vitamin C serum, definitely makes a difference to my skin. Then I go in with, and I've literally just got this week, because I had finished one and I'd taken a while to put my order through, so I was so happy to get my Mad Hippie face cream back, and this one has peptides, acai oil, argan oil and resveratrol, so it's very good for anti-aging. It's a small little pump. There's only what's in it, 30 ml. It usually lasts me about 10 weeks. I only use it during the day, and the only thing I would say about it is you cannot tell when it's running out. I've said this loads of times, and I do wish they'd make it in a bigger version. But the last time I ran out, I actually took it apart to see was there anything left in it, and there was nothing. So you get every drop out of this. I use one pump, and you might think that's never going to cover your face, but it's actually, it spreads really well, and it's a lovely light moisturizer. And you might think, oh, that wouldn't be rich enough, and I did think that in the beginning, but once I used it I realized no, this is actually, it's light, but it's very moisturizing, and I just love it, and all those good ingredients, and they're all naturally sourced. So love this cream. I hate to be without it, but if I run out and I haven't anything else to order, I'll usually order something else to go with it, but that's the first time I've been without it for a couple of weeks. Then I go in with my eye cream, which is my Derma E Firming DMAE Eye Lift. Now I have to research what the DMAE is. It's a very good anti-aging ingredient, and it's very good for firming the skin, and I have seen a difference in my eye, in the skin around my eyes. That's literally all I use. I kind of warm it up between my ring fingers, and then I pat it in around my eye socket. I go up over my brow bone, because I do feel that kind of, especially at night, it works its way down, but I don't put it down far enough that it's, you know, interfering too much with my eye makeup. I'm going to try and make this quick enough, so just press that in. And actually what I do with anything that's left, I put it here and over my lips, because I think it will help to firm there as well. Then I go in with my sunscreen, which is, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you'll know I love the Bioderma Photoderm Max 50 Plus. It's in a new packaging. It used to be in a tube. This is it. You get, this is slightly smaller. It was 30 ml, and the previous one was 40 ml, but this was only €9. The 40 ml, if I did buy it, was €14, so it made no most sense. So I bought this, very handy to carry in your bag. This is a lovely sunscreen. I find it doesn't give me any flashback. Well, I'm very pale anyway, so that's about as much as I will put on. It's very liquidy, as you can see. It runs between your fingers. So I just spread that all over. Now, I'm not going to go down too far because I don't want to stain my blouse, but if I was doing this normally, I might be in my dressing gown. So just spread it all over, make sure I get everywhere. I do my ears and around the sides of my neck, and there's still little bits left between my fingers. Some on my nails. And I just let that sit for a minute, and then I rub in whatever's left on my hands. So that's my skincare. So it's fairly quick. Actually, my lips are quite dry this morning. I don't know why. Do I have a lip balm nearby? No, I don't. I do have my coffee though. I'll just let that sit for a minute. And this is, my son brought me this. He was out and he brought me an Insomnia chai latte. That's my favourite coffee. It's just gorgeous. And Insomnia is an Irish company. Their coffee is just beautiful, and they have coffee shops all over the country, and it's great because we do have Starbucks and we love Starbucks, and we do have Costa and we love Costa, but it's lovely to have an Irish chain, and that's it, Insomnia, and that's my favourite one. Love chai latte. Anyway, let that sit for a minute. I can't let it sit too long at the moment, so what I'm going to do is what I do every day. I'm going to colour correct with my Catrice Camouflage Cream. You probably might be able to read it. It's anti-fatigue, and I generally put it on with this. Is stained, it's clean, but it is stained, with my little beauty sponge, the tiny little one, and I just take some out. I have a small mirror here, and I pop that under my eyes to correct the dark circles. And don't worry too much about blending it because you'll blend it anyway. And the same on the other side. You could just as easily do this with your finger, but sometimes I find I get a better coverage when I do it with the little sponge. And this sponge is actually dry. I just find it works better. So you can see where it has kind of lightened under the eye. Then I go in with my Laura Mercier Foundation Primer in Radiance. I literally use a pea-sized amount. That's all I need. And I don't rub it in, I just sort of spread it, and when it's spread then I sort of press it into my skin. I don't tend to take it down on my neck. I don't know why. I don't know if you're meant to, but I don't. So that's that. Let that sit for a minute. I'm just moving things out of the way so I'm not looking for things. Now, this will sit while I'm talking to you about this. I've been using a combination because I'm trying to kind of use up what I've got in my collection, and I have this YSL Top Secrets BB cream that I've had a long time, a couple of years I'd say, and I bought it. I tend to only use it in the summer because it's a little bit dark for me, and I've spoken about this before. I do love it, but it's a little bit dark for me. So I've been using it with my It Cosmetics. It is It Cosmetics. It's just worn away. Sorry, there we go. My CC cream, which was the travel size one that I bought. So I've been mixing these two together, and I've been mixing them also with my Derma E Illuminating Rosehip and Cranberry Seed Face Oil. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and I've been loving the effect that it's been giving me. So this is nearly out, I'd say. So I'm putting just a squeeze of my It Cosmetics, maybe a little bit more. And I can't remember what colour that's in. I think it's light because I would always buy light, but the colour is worn away. And then the same thing, a little squeeze of that. So you can see how that's a darker shade. I hope, anyway. Maybe the camera's not picking it up as well, but it is definitely a darker shade. And then what I do, I literally take a drop of that, because I do find the YSL Top Secrets BB cream tends to be slightly drying on me. So what I do is I mix those three products together on my hand, like a little palette, and then I just place it on my skin. Don't worry about my neck, I will do that. I'm going to have to use my bigger mirror because just so I can see clearly. And I go in with my blank canvas foundation brush. It is in, it's the F08. I love it. And what I do is then, what I've wiped off my hand, I'll literally clean my hand with that. So I'm getting it all. And then, actually I'll use this mirror. Excuse me. I work from the centre of my face out because I need most coverage on my cheeks where my redness is. So up the centre and out over my my forehead, around the sides. And I just love this brush because it's so easy to work with, and you get a great foundation effect, whether it's a BB cream or a great base effect, whether it's a BB cream, a CC cream, a light foundation, a heavier foundation. I go into the creases there, and then I take that down my neck. Now I am going to use a bronzer, so I can darken my neck up a little bit. Now that gives a lovely kind of a light base, but it's quite glowy because of the oil. I think I've got everywhere. I hope you can see that that has sort of evened out my complexion and just gives a nice base. Now I do use some powder to set, and my favourite one for a while has been the No. 7 Airbrush Away Translucent Finishing Powder, which I've hit major pan on. That's the casing. And I use my Blank Canvas Cosmetics F25 brush. That's it there. It's a nice powder brush. And I'm not going to put too much on. I just want to sort of give it a bit of stay. How are we doing? 12 minutes. And I just pat it over like that. I'm sorry, the light is changing. We have quite a bright sunny day here today, but the clouds have kind of come in a little bit. And I take that down my neck as well. So that's why the sun is in and out a little bit. Now, that's that. Another little sip of my chai latte. Now, generally what I do is then I'll go in with to do my eyebrows, because I want to frame my face and just kind of see where things are going. And you know I love my NYX brow product, and it ran out. Actually, I have the old one just to show you. I'll just show you. Excuse me. Sorry, that's my old one. You'll have seen me use this a lot, and it has the little brush on one end, and then it's gone. You might be able to see the colour. It's the colour charcoal. So it was a kind of a thickish pencil. It really reminded me of the Bobbi Brown one. So I actually ordered it through Boots. I didn't go to the stand, and this is the one I got. It's still the Professional Makeup Precision Brow Pencil. It's dual-ended, so you've got your little spoolie, which is different. It had the brush on the old one. So I'm not sure if it's actually a different, if it's the, where's the lid gone? I'm not sure. I'll have to go and check, but this is the brow product itself, which is very similar to the old one. It's the thicker, you know, it's not a tiny little skinny pencil. So I did use it yesterday, so I'm just going to brush my brows up, and as you can see I do have brow hair. It's just very fair, and I like to give more definition, and this probably is what takes me the most time. So I'm going to create a line underneath my brow so that I don't go any lower than that, and then I'm going to bring the brow up, and I'm going to try and work so that I have my brow starting there. So I've made a little mark. Whoops, wrong end. And this is it's actually a lovely pencil to work with, because even though it's quite thin, it's not pencil thin, and I just try and make them look natural, a slight arch. So you can see the difference there. And I'll do the same on this side. Just put a little mark so that I know that that's where I'm kind of, my brows need to come to, because the hair there is quite fair. So I'll do my line so that I'm not, sorry, I'm probably blinding you. so that I'm not going below that, because it's all about lifting, isn't it? And as I always remind myself, because it always happens, one brow is easier to do and one looks different, but brows are sisters, not twins. I think in one of my previous videos I said brows are sisters, not friends. So I think that's slightly darker. You can sort of shear it out a little with the brush. So I hope they look similar enough. I'm looking in two mirrors. I always think brows look really weird and I never feel they're right. But they tend to look okay when I'm done. So that's that. I really like that product. How are we doing? Oh gosh, okay. I'm going to go in now with my cheek products. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of glow with my number 7 Instant Radiance Highlighter. That's that one there. Clinique do one that's very similar. It's in that little twisty up formula, or twisty up packaging. I'm just going to go along my cheekbone there, so you can see I'm actually making a line. You can see it there, and I'm just going to blend it out a little bit, and I'll do the same on this side. Now I'm starting with my highlighter first, because this is a trick that I learned from Marnie, the schoolgirl, where she was putting her highlighter on before her blush so that it was coming, the glow was coming from beneath the blush, and that's what I've been doing and I've been loving it. So my blush for today is the Milani Baked Blush in Coralina, number 808, and that's it there. Love it. And I'm using my Bobbi Brown blush brush, and I'm literally just tapping it in, and I'm just going to place the product on my cheekbone. And sometimes even when I'm doing it myself, I'm thinking, oh, that looks very scary, it's just a line and it's very obvious, but when I blend it out with my powder brush, it looks a lot better. That's actually a little bit scary there. So I'm going to blend that out. Where's my powder brush? Just a little to make it, and you'll see there's a little residue of powder on this, so it just kind of marries everything together and takes away anything that's too scary, and you can still see my glow. Now, this is another tip that I got recently from the beautiful Lisa D1. Now, she used a different product, and I racked my brains to remember what product it was. It was actually a MAC, I think it was a highlighter in gold something. I'll see if I can find it and list it below. But it looks fairly like this, which is the Baked Bronzer by Milani in the colour 04 Glow. It looked fairly similar to this. There's my son coming back from the gym. And what Lisa did was she kind of lightly ran her brush in it and very gently under there, under the cheekbone, to give a little definition, and then just very lightly over the sort of the tops of the cheeks, and then up here as well, to give a kind of a sun-kissed glow. But actually her description was that it gave you that, and what really attracted me to it was her description, I'll put some on my nose as well, that it gave you that Victoria's Secret glow. And I thought, oh, I have to have that, but I know her skin tone is darker than mine, so it probably wouldn't work with me as well. So I thought, I'll try it with this, and it does actually work. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I can definitely see that my skin tone is warmer. And just sort of, again, a little blending with the brush. 19 minutes, okay. Eyes, oh no, and I'll do that at the end. Okay, eyes, I'm going to use my little beauty sponge again. The other end of it, as I say, it's clean. This is my go-to. I do this every single day, and it's the Maybelline Colour Tattoo in Creme de Rose. That's it there, and you will see it's practically gone. So I'm going to, now you can again do this with your finger. I just like to do it with my sponge because I feel I'm not pulling on my eyelid as much, and I'm just patting that on like that. So I hope you will be able to see there's one done, one not. It just literally evens. It's a lovely skin tone, and it literally just evens out your eyelid. If you have any veininess, any veins, what am I trying to say? Any veins or any blueness or whatever, discoloration on your eyelid, it just takes it away and gives you a lovely base. You can actually use that as a base. I think I just dropped my sponge. You can use it as a base for other products. But I'm not going to do anything except line with my Sephora Eye Contour Pencil 12-hour waterproof, and it's in the colour Tiramisu. That's it there. And I'm going to, if you don't like, just turn away if you don't like. I'm not actually lining the waterline. I'm going into the base of my lashes to give more definition. I have very deep set hooded eyes, so I need to bring out my lash line, and I go as far as I can into the corner there. So you can see, I hope you can see that there's a little bit more definition, and then I go into the top of the lash line and again into the base of the lashes, just sort of pushing it in, and same on the other side. And because my eyes are hooded, this one has a slightly different, the curve is slightly different, so I can get a better wing on this side, and I do like a wing. But what I do is I go back under the lashes like that, and I come down kind of, I can do it from the outside or from the top as well. Bring the curve down as far as you can, and that's your point for going out. So you can still see it when I open my eye. So again, and go in from the underneath or the top if you want. Just get that point at the end of your eye and take it down a tiny little bit further and then out. And I find that's the best way for me to achieve a little wing. So you can see that there. Actually of late I've been putting a very slight lash or line on my bottom lashes, just again to give a little bit more definition, and kind of smudging it out with my finger. And then I'm going in with my Essence you can't read it, but it's the Lash Princess. Oh, extra volume or something. It's the purple one. This is an amazing mascara. I will not be without it. I think it performs as well, if not better, than a lot of high-end ones, and at like a fraction of the cost. It gives amazing lashes. And if you smudge, which I regularly do, it's very easy to remove that. You can see that there. Oh, 23. Oh gosh, I'm so bad at doing shorter videos. Why am I so bad? And I am speeding this up for you. Oops, I need to take some off. But this is fun. I like doing these kind of videos. I'm sorry I haven't been here twice this week, or that I didn't get to do another video this week. I hadn't fully intended doing one in midweek, but my two youngest children have had a break from school because the last term is very long, so they gave them a week. Well, we had May Bank holiday last Monday, and then they gave them the next 4 days off, so I had them with me during the week. So it's just hard, you know yourself, if your mom, when your kids are around, it's just very difficult. I've just smudged it. It's just very difficult to find the time to sit down and make a video, so I apologise. I had wanted to make one. I have a couple of good ones coming up. Oh, no, I'm going to be able to show you. That comes off very easily. So, and then I do put a little on my bottom lashes, just a tiny bit, to give them a bit of definition, because I have very little definition. So you can see there that gives really, really good volume and length. And then, oh yeah, concealer. Oh my goodness, hurry up. Tiny little bit of my Lancome Effercerns, and this is in the colour Ivory, I think. And I will, actually I'll just use my finger. You need a tiny amount. Keep looking around for my mirror. And just pop that on under there. and you can see it lightens and brightens and covers and does all the things you want it to do. But I love this. It's lovely and creamy, and it's expensive as concealers go, but you use such a small amount that it's going to last and last and last. I mean, I have that since January. I've barely made any inroads into it at all. And that probably looks a bit bright. But I'm going to set that with a new product that I've been loving, and it's the e.l.f. I'm very late to the party. It's the under eye setting powder, which is very comparable to the Laura Mercier. And I'm going to use my little sponge to apply this. It's very comparable to the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm just going to pop that on. And again, at a fraction of the cost. And that just sets everything. And if you wanted, you could take a small brush, and I find that this helps a little too, and just dust a little on your lid, because I do have oily lids, and it just helps things not to smudge. What have I? Yeah. Okay, so now we need lips. 26 minutes. This is Rimmel East End Snob for a liner. Ever so slightly overline. And then I am going to use today a lovely colour that you could use any time of the year, but I love it for summer as well. It's Mac Syrup, and it is a luster. Mac Syrup. I'll just pop that on. Sorry, I twisted it up too far. And because it's a luster, you don't need to put a gloss on or anything. So that is the makeup look. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to fix my hair so I look somewhat decent. I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that. Just fix the hair, and yeah, put a bit of jewellery on. I'm wearing kind of dangly earrings and just some bangles for summertime. I love the brighter colours for summer. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed it, and that you liked the products that I used. I have I hope a lovely video coming up over the next couple of days to do with the royal wedding and all the excitement in the lead up to that. So hopefully I got that done over the next couple of days. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up, and maybe you would hit the subscribe button. And the little bell beside it, so you'll get notified as to when I upload a video. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I didn't get to reply to comments this week because the kids were at home, but I will. And what I do is, before I upload another video, I will reply to the comments that have come on the previous one. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really, really appreciate it. And thank you, Christy, for the idea for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will talk to you really soon in the next video, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Take care. Bye bye.